2024, November 26. Daily Bread. Passage. 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 1 to 18. Key verse. Verse 5. Title, A Temple for the Lord. Now Hiram king of Tyre sent his servants to Solomon when he heard that they had anointed him king in place of his father, for Hiram always loved David. And Solomon sent word to Hiram, "You know that David my father could not build a house for the name of the Lord his God because of the warfare with which his enemies surrounded him, until the Lord put them under the soles of his feet. But now the Lord my God has given me rest on every side. There is neither adversary nor misfortune. And so I intend to build a house for the name of the Lord my God, as the Lord said to David my father, your son, whom I will set on your throne in your place, shall build the house for my name." Barp Boss 1:6. Now therefore command that cedars of Lebanon be cut for me, and my servants will join your servants, and I will pay you for your servants such wages as you set, for you know that there is no one among us who knows how to cut timber like the Sidonians. As soon as Hiram heard the words of Solomon, he rejoiced greatly and said, "Blessed be the Lord this day, who has given to David a wise son to be over this great people." Et band, Edosajidisar. And Hiram sent to Solomon, saying, "I have heard the message that you have sent to me. I am ready to do all you desire in the matter of cedar and cypress timber. My servants shall bring it down to the sea from Lebanon, and I will make it into rafts to go by sea to the place you direct. And I will have them broken up there, and you shall receive it, and you shall meet my wishes by providing food for my household." So Hiram supplied Solomon with all the timber of cedar and cypress that he desired, and while Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 kor of wheat as food for his household, and 20,000 kor of beaten oil. Solomon gave this to Hiram year by year. And the Lord gave Solomon wisdom, as he promised him. And there was peace between Hiram and Solomon, and the two of them made a treaty. King Solomon drafted forced labor out of all Israel, and the draft numbered 30,000 men. And he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month in shifts. They would be a month in Lebanon and 2 months at home. Adoniram was in charge of the draft. Solomon also had 70,000 burden bearers and 80,000 stone cutters in the hill country, besides Solomon's 3,300 chief officers who were over the work, who had charge of the people who carried on the work. At the king's command, they quarried out great costly stones in order to lay the foundation of the house with dressed stones. So Solomon's builders and Hiram's builders and the men of Gebel did the cutting and prepared the timber and the stone to build the house. Daily Bread Message. God established Solomon firmly on the throne of the nation of Israel. When Hiram, king of Tyre, heard this, he sent envoys to Solomon. He had been on friendly terms with Solomon's father, King David. Hiram had provided timber in the past so that David could build a palace for himself. Thus, Hiram wanted to continue friendly relations with Solomon. This reminded King Solomon of God's promise to David about building a temple. So he asked Hiram for assistance in cutting timber. Hiram, despite being a pagan, readily agreed to help build the temple. This would be Solomon's expression of thanksgiving to the Lord his God for all he had done for him and the nation of Israel. Solomon spared no expense in building the temple. He furnished King Hiram with copious amounts of wheat and olive oil in exchange for cedar and juniper logs. He also conscripted laborers from all Israel to help with carrying and cutting stone. Solomon, in his God-given wisdom, was able to maintain peaceful, friendly relations with the nation of Tyre and to involve the whole nation in the building of the temple to the Lord. As a prayer. Father, thank you for the wisdom you gave to King Solomon. Bless us that we may build temples in our hearts to you. One word. Build a temple to the Lord in your heart.